Hair flip, yeah, I'm a badass bitch. I don't like it. Hair flip, yeah. Oh my god. So you guys should be happy. Oh my goodness. Hair flip. But anyways, hair flip. Hair flipping on these hoes. Hi. That's I have my children look. Okay, hair flip. So I got my kids. I don't want to talk about it. So, hi. Sorry, this is like not the best live, but hi everybody. Welcome to your boy SeanDavieWay. I'm here to give you an update on what's been going around all day about Malia. And now y'all know I told y'all I will come and give y'all updates like as updates come, so and this is a pretty big update. So that's why we're gonna skip the hot topics. We'll do that tomorrow Saturday. Oh well, I want to hear. Hey Philip, we'll do the hot topics tomorrow. We'll do it. So Malia, poor thing. So if you don't know, we did a live the other day about Malia from Carbonation, who was with Nature Boy. She's in the hospital. Okay. Now I went back and I listened, because I was listening so hard that when I was taking my notes speech, I was writing too fast. Okay. Because I kept saying abscess. Okay. Because there is an abscess in Malia, but the abscess is an infection. Okay. It's what the abscess is that is above her ovaries. So here's the thing. Malia has two cysts on each, two cysts, my fault, not assist, two cysts on the side of each of her ovaries, right? And then she has another cyst on top that has an abscess around it. Okay? Like a fucking hurricane, basically. Okay? So that when I went back to do my research, okay? So with that being said, she also had a cyst over her ovaries. My fault, over her liver, sorry. And I believe there was an abscess over one of her kidneys. So that was just an infection, over her kidney. So, it's just a lot going on with this poor girl's body. And then she had fluid on her lung and her heart. Okay. So now, as far as we know, they have gotten the fluid removed from her lung and heart. That's the only good update. Other than that, she's still going through all of the other things, with her body. So with that being said, there is a bacteria that is also inside of Malia that has been unidentified. They don't exactly know what it is yet. So they have, from what I get from this live, they have, different, students and people that, doctors to be, that are in colleges, they send a lot of samples, and stuff like that to colleges, really smart ones, and they research, try to figure out what stuff is. So at this point, they don't know what that is. So with the cyst and everything around her ovaries, what I'm gathering is that she has ovarian cancer. That is what I'm gathering from that. That Malia definitely has ovarian cancer is what it is sounding like, with the cyst next to the ovaries on each side and one above it, with an abscess around, that just sounds like it's cancer, So with that being said, Malia, love you, but you cannot stunt. It is like the bacteria that is in you is a supercell. I think that is what they don't know. They don't know what this ongoing, and I feel like there's a lot of this bacteria inside of her. So I don't think that they know what it is. That is what I think that the doctors have not identified. But I do think that they've identified the fact that she has ovarian cancer from what they can see. And it's spread pretty badly, throughout her. to where it's near the liver and, you know, throughout the uterus, you know, and over the ovaries next to. So I feel like it has spread badly, rapidly, is what it sounds like. Okay. So from what I gather, Malia has ovarian cancer. Okay. Now, with that being said, with everybody, with, you know, when this was being posted, I just want to give people like you know, a little backstory before we get into this live. With these medications being posted, that was in Malia's room, she is going to explain those medications. She states that they are not for HIV, but I don't necessarily know if it is. I do think that it could be possibly, you know, HIV or hepatitis, you know, something like that, is what I think, you know, because I was looking at those meds as well and some other meds, and that, you know, of another screenshot of it that I saw, and those meds kind of are used for both, not all of them on the list, but like one or two of them is also used for hepatitis. So it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So with the ovarian cancer, I think that it is a strong chance that she could also have HPV. With HPV, it definitely produces cancer. It is considered an STD, and it's not necessarily harmful. I mean, it's like a long-lasting bacteria within the body, but it's not necessarily harmful. And there's also preventative shots that you can get for HPV, so that you don't necessarily have to you know, ever really worried about catching it. But HPV isn't like horrible, you know, like it isn't, unless, you know, you start to, you know, get something cancerous, you know, something like that, to where it could usually be removed, you know, if caught in time and stuff like that, and you're fine, you know, you can live a, you know, a normal life. But with her letting it go so bad and get so bad, I think that that's, you know, could be also a reason why she has ovarian cancer. You know, that easily could have came from HPV. So yeah, it's a lot. It's disheartening. So we're gonna get into this live. So just to, you know, update you guys, you know, that's where we are. So and now let's get into it.
Put us on a box, man. Come on, right? Put us on a box, man. Ain't no way y'all not. Hey, yo.
Right. There's no way that we're not on a box.
Wipe the back of the. Y'all not gonna support the real though? For real? Y'all not gonna support the real? Really? But y'all support the fake though. Come on, man.
Yeah, they support the fake.
Come on, man.
Hey, Mama.
Peace, guys. How you feeling?
Hey, can you put the camera a little more up so that you can see on top of the table? And no one can see Wizzy at all. I mean, no one can see Knowledge at all. It's a good idea. If you put it on top, so it can see on top of stuff, so they can straight.
This is that live. Now I get what you mean by, like, he's not necessarily like screaming, but I get what you mean. You know, it's kind of like, you know, but yeah, this is part of that live. Yes, we're about to get into that right now. So yeah, absolutely, we're about to get into that.
They can see by picture. Can y'all see that y'all all could be seen on the camera?
Yeah.
Put it sideways so it's not too tall.
We open it up in the box.
Put the other tape so they can see on top.
There you go. Sit it on top so this way they can see everybody.
What it look like?
They can see everybody.
It look like you can't see Knowledge. And look, cause she the one need to be everybody want to see.
Right.
It absolutely can. HPV can go away on its own. Shout out to Madeline Drippin for Drop of knowledge. It absolutely can go away on its own, and it depends on which strand that you have. So HPV technically is not necessarily harmful unless it gets harmful type of situation. It's not a life ender. It's not something that you get and, they're going to say you have a certain amount of time to live. No, you'll be fine, as long as you take care of yourself. And if your body just so happens to produce cancer from it because it is a bacteria, if your body just so happens to produce cancer or anything like that, I believe like warts, all type of things that it can necessarily produce. While doing that, you just make sure that, you go into the doctor, they'll remove it, they'll make sure it's benign and everything. And usually, out of a higher percent ratio, it's usually negative. It's just a lot within women because I feel like women's body produce, cancer differently than men. So I feel that women have a higher chance, of catching cancer if they have HPV versus a man, and it depends on, like Melanie said, the strand that you have. It could go away by itself. You could just look up one and it's just like literally just gone. So it's all about protecting yourself, and taking care of your body. It's all that is. And being in nature, that's just not something you can do. So if this flared up and Malia would have went in, a while back, if she actually does have HPV, I'm not saying she does, but I'm just saying if she did, if she would have went in as soon as she started to notice certain things was wrong with her, then they could have taken care of a lot of this. Probably could have been avoided. Now if all of this was happening because she allegedly, has HIV and she wasn't taking care of herself nor taking the meds for it, this is a whole nother ballpark, especially if you have other bacterias inside of you, such as HPV and things like that. That can, it makes things completely different, then, you got a lot of things fighting each other. I mean, your body's literally consistently fighting all day long to stay healthy, so I mean, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. It's definitely a lot. No, I agree with you. HPV causes cervical cancer, not ovarian cancer. But here's the thing: if she already had cancer or had the cancer cell in her, HPV could definitely speed that process up. It could definitely speed it up. It's a bacteria, so it could definitely speed that ovarian cancer up if that cancer is already there. The HPV isn't going to help cancer in the body. That it's going to make it worse. So like I agree with you, but still at the same time, it doesn't mean that it has nothing to do with ovarian cancer. So it could the ovarian cancer have like literally naturally just produced in her body on its own? Absolutely. But untreated STDs and bacteria in the body is not going to help. Like it's not going to help. It's just going to make it worse. So especially if you have a cell in your body helping to produce, and make that cell bigger, to why it's spread in so many different places. Like it's not just literally in her uterus, ovaries, liver, kidney, so it's transferred, in so many different places in her body to where it's just basically just like wrapping around her organs, type of situation. That's not normal. Most cancer, even ovarian cancer, usually doesn't play out like that, usually, but I'm just saying, but shout out to you for the knowledge. Appreciate it.
You can pull it back. Pull it back.
At this point in time, another thing too, sorry, I looked at is what would be best for Malia right now in her body is to have a hysterectomy. But I think her body is in such poor condition that they probably can't perform it because she would need a hysterectomy from what I was looking at and what's going on, especially with ovarian. She would need a hysterectomy from what I was looking at.
No, it's good because it's already showing her.
Yeah, if y'all pull it back, you'll be able to see it.
Pull it back some more. That's all the way back.
He has the feed he has the external phone. She can feed the chat.
Malia is not in the hospital. No. She could be at like getting because this live is from today. So we will get into that. We will get into that.
There we go.
Okay, yeah.
There we go.
It's click on the actual one. Okay, yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see it.
You can
Are we
probably.
good?
Can you see what's on the camera? I see I see Doke and what's her name, but I don't see the other woman. I guess that's her oxygen. That's her right there. That's right there. Right there.
Right there.
Malia, go ahead, speak your piece.
Yeah, put some. If you blowing it like that?
No, I don't think it's good.
It might because the fire.
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, it's not something.
We just need. It should be cool, yo.
Hurry up.
Yeah. Apple.
I bet I tried. All right, cool.
Malia not in the hospital no more. Y'all tripping.
So Nature Boy stating that Malia is not in the hospital anymore. Okay. So where Malia is now, I'ma just let them tell y'all, because I'ma just let them tell y'all where she is.
He just doing something. Go ahead, talk.
Well, peace to God. How you feeling?
Peace, God.
You can't blame anything on anyone. I can't blame my situation on carbonation. I can't blame my situation on a woman. I can only blame it on myself because I did it to myself.
Stop it.
The only way you can stay in that environment is if you heal your mind, if you are willing to do the work, if you're willing to apply the knowledge and look at self and not point the finger at anyone, because that's a high vibrational frequency. No one there is like Babylon. Babylon, they point the finger at everybody. They
Thank you, Ois Keisha. Love you, girl. Her body is way past infection at this point. It's attacking itself everywhere, and NB messed up for making her violate her right to privacy. We are definitely about to get into that. We are to shout out to Keish for the super chat. Thank you so much, sweetie. We are about to get into that.
say, "Oh, you did it," and don't look at self. But if you don't look at self in this environment, then you are bound to fail because we are elevating. We're trying to heal our mind. This is a war against self. This is a war against the mind. This is a war against your lower self. And so if you don't defeat your lower self, then you will always be in your self. And so that's why I'm in the predicament I'm in now, because I wasn't taking the commands like I should. I wasn't taking the discipline. I was resisting because I feared I feared, elevating because I looked at it as, oh, it was hard or it was tough. But in actuality, it's for me, it's healing me. It's nothing against you. It's everything working for you. And so I didn't see it like that. I seen it in another way. I seen everybody as my enemy. I seen everybody as, something other than my higher self. And so I was pushing everybody away. And so I wasn't receiving or even allowing anyone to help me. So I was getting sick. I was getting depressed. I was becoming depressed. My thoughts started becoming more and more negative as the days go by. I got smaller. I wasn't getting nutrients from my food. I became not creative anymore. I wasn't expressing myself. I wasn't being authentic.
Yeah, because I'm definitely about to cuss out everybody. I am because I'm trying to hold it in. Shout out to Carolyn, my boo. Thank you, sweetie. Oh my God, girl. That's why he couldn't get everyone in the camera, because the big in here is taking up the whole. Carolyn. Be nice. Be nice. I love you. Be nice. Oh, I'll be making y'all. Oh, I'll be making y'all so rude. I love it. Oh, hurry up, Malia.
I was always in the room, in the bed, under covers.
Well, why did you
Because
do
I
that
was
under pressure? Why, you could tell a lot about somebody under pressure. Why did you turn into that once you were faced with your demons and what?
This shit makes me so emotional. She is literally sitting here blaming herself, blaming her demons for what is going through with her body. Like the delusion is just such, it's on such another level. And no wonder why the doctors say it's her mental. Like her body, like the doctors were basically saying, like her body is in bad condition, but her mind is worse. So I feel like a lot of the help that the doctors are trying to give Malia, I feel like she's refusing because I think for some reason in her mind, she feels like this motherfucker can heal her. She don't want them putting too much in her or anything like that because, Babidi, nature fuck is going to heal me. So I just, but we're gonna get more into this. Greetings, Sean. So impressed with you and your reporting, and you truly loved in time of need. Oh, love today. I cannot wait until you get your Tony or Emmy award for the work that you do. Period. Period. Thank you, Perfect Love Nourishment Sessions. Oh my God, you're so sweet. Thank you for the super chat. Kristen, that's why I'm saying, how do you speak about how bad Babylon is, but go there for medical treatment? Like, I agree as well, but still at the same time, because we're going to get into it because I didn't make this title for no reason. Basically, what we're about to find out in this live is that I believe that with Malia going to hospice and them saying that with her being in hospice, that she would be there for 2 months. I think that they were giving Malia 2 months to live because I believe Malia left the hospital on her own. I think Malia found a way to discharge herself. And with discharging herself, they wanted to put her in hospice care because they feel that she would only have a few months to live. With the condition that her body's in, you might as well go straight to hospice care. You might as well go straight there because you only got about a good 2. That's what I'm feeling, because hospice is the end. Hospice means no hope. That is hospice. Hospice, you don't come back from hospice. Hospice is a place you go to die. Hospice is a place you go to make peace and pass away. You nursing homes, assisted livings, that's where people that are going to continue to live. We know. So I believe that her ovarian cancer is so bad due to these bacteria in her body that they're giving her 2 months to live if she leaves, with the hospice care being for 2 months. Why only 2 months? Why label it? To me, that's the doctors giving you a time frame. Cancer patients get those. So that's how I look at it. I look at it as in she has cancer. I believe that Malia has ovarian cancer, and it is so bad to where it has gotten to other parts of her organs, because it's attacking organs. The bacteria is attacking organs in her body. She has to leave with an IV. There's no way Malia can leave without an IV. With those antibiotics staying inside of her, it's literally keeping her alive right now. So with Malia checking out of the hospital, that's why they placed her in a care. Malia refuses the hospice care. And Nature Boy says that they have her in an Airbnb. That is bullshit. Especially if she came back. Why would she come back to the hospital to meet nurses that are supposed to be taking care of her? And why would she need at-home nurses if she's not dying? Like, this is bad. Like, this isn't good. Like, this is crazy. Shout out to Jovi Beauty. Bless you, Sean, for exposing how I'm literally sick to my stomach with that man. Absolutely. Like, you are not the only one. This is horrible. Like, horrible. Shout out to Tia Gore. Poor Malia, praying for her. He letting her take the fall for her sickness. He calls, absolutely. You make my day. Hi, girl. I agree with you, Sean, on hospice. Yeah, my mama. Yeah, mama in the pink, in the way. But y'all, Lord, stop it. Stop. That'd be nice. So that's what I'm getting from it. You know, with them saying that you have 2 months. You know, we're gonna put you in hospice care for the next 2 months, because that's what I feel like they was giving her. You know, especially Malia is dying.
Want you to face with your issues. You know, because most people want to victimize things, right? When you come here, we face it to you. We face yourself with you, right? When faced with yourself, why did you start to go inward and get depressed? And then, like, why were you fighting? Why are you resisting just doing the work and correcting yourself?
Because I wasn't ready.
So he's saying that she wasn't doing the work, resisting, and this is why she's sick. What fucking work? Y'all ain't doing shit. Look what these dumb bitches is doing, because now I'm mad at everybody for what's going on with Malia. I'm angry. I'm upset. And I don't appreciate how they all sitting there painting this shit while this girl going through what the fuck she's going through. It's disrespectful for them to sit there like that and not oblige her. Them bitches should have been standing at attention. All of them should have been sitting in front of that fucking phone trying to figure out what's going on with this girl.
I wasn't prepared. I thought I was, but I wasn't. And so, yeah, I just wasn't.
How you know that you are now?
I wasn't prepared.
How do you know you coming back is not gonna put us in a circumstance?
So this dirty motherfucker, herpesiphilitis, him motherfucking self, has the nerve to say to this woman, out of everything that she is going through, how do you know that if you come back, you're not going to put a bad image on us by you coming back and getting sick and being all? How dare you? Do you not know what this girl, you act like you don't know what she's going through. You know exactly what she's going through, and you know you're the fucking reason. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. That your karma is going to be ridiculous, bro.
Where you do the same behavior, go right back to the same point.
Well, because I'm in isolation and I'm by myself and I'm seeing everything that caused them, that, you know, those problems.
Shout out to my boo Standalone. This is really blowing my mind. He really is twisting her mind to make her think that that her energy is the reason she is sick. Absolutely. Like, do you hear that? Like, you're sick because of your energy. But wait till you hear, if you haven't watched this already, wait till you hear what she blames it on the reason to why she is going, like what she has going on in her body. Like, I'm just like, Malia, like, you are fucking breaking my heart right now. Like, with these things that you are saying, because I part of me is so angry at you, but at the same time, it's like you going through enough. Like, you are going through enough. Like, you really are.
Or cause me to be in my lower self. So I'm seeing everything, and then as I watch more of the knowledge and as I'm in isolation by myself, I get to see and I get to write, I get to experience myself.
I'm sorry, Melanated. I'm sorry, honey.
Feel it and not run from it or point the blame at no one else, because I'm noticing.
Can you tell everybody what happened to you physically? Do you have HIV? Do you have HIV? Did the doctor test you positive for HIV or any other STDs? Please tell the world.
No, I don't have any STDs. I don't have any AIDS. I don't have any diseases or any complications with myself.
I have to call bullshit. Malia, you cannot convince me. You cannot, and why you can't convince me you don't have any STDs or STIs is because the majority of the bacteria that is in you was from anal to vaginal penetration. Those come from STDs and STIs. That has nothing to do with cancer. Nothing. It has nothing to do with cancer. So you are lying. You are lying. So I don't know if Malia's lying because she's lying because she don't want them to think, because she could actually be lying to Nature Boy and them telling them that all of her results were negative because she wants to come back to carbonation. If I feel like the majority of the women there are scared for her to come back. I feel like the majority of the women don't want her to come back because of everything that is going on with her. They feel like she is the sickness, she is the illness. If she comes back, she's gonna have everybody like that. So it's like they're like, kind of like cooties, type of situation. I don't think the other women want her to come back. I don't. And Nature Boy doesn't want her to come back either. And I feel like the main reason Nature Boy doesn't want her to come back is because he knows she's going to die. Honestly, I'm just keeping it real. He knows she's not going to live long. He knows everything. He does. He knows everything. Shout out to Monica. They are watching this like it's a movie. Are you serious? How many more people have to die dealing with this disgusting man? Absolutely. Like, that's why I have my petitions and shit going. I know it's not much I can do, but I'm going to try to do the best that I can and try to get some type of relief for these women. And so the nature fuck can get some help so that he could get thrown in an asylum with padded fucking walls and a straitjacket. So I mean, I don't want him to go to jail. I want misery for him. I want misery for him. Misery.
As far as those,
So why would your sister sit there and tell them that the doctor told them that you had STD?
It's funny. Once I said I wanted to go back to carbonation and join my soul family, they was totally against it. They in their minds didn't want to accept it. From their mouths, they said, "Okay, I'm gonna allow you to be you. I'm not stopping you from being who you want to be." But it was a different story once I physically said out of my mouth, "I want to join carbonation again. I'm going back." They didn't accept that. They didn't like that. So they went on this panel and started talking all crazy and nonsense about me and saying that I have this and I have that, but they don't have the proper information or don't have the true information.
They said that they took screenshots of your medical records. Is that bullshit? Because did anybody see any screenshots?
Now,
I didn't see no screenshots. I didn't see none of those medical records.
Well, I physically spoke to my doctor, and my doctor told me that no, you don't have AIDS, or you don't have a disease, or whatever they said that I had. I don't have
STDs. So depression was a cause. Do they know what the cause of the fluid around your heart was?
They know for sure that it started from my uterus. Because I didn't allow myself to let go.
Nature Boy's exaggerating when he's saying, like, and Malia, when they say medical records, what the family saw was what was printed up since she had been there. So they saw that. And the only way, and if you give them permission, which I believe Malia did, because Malia had let them be there, like they were there, So, and obviously they're going to want to know what's going on. What family is going to go to the hospital of a loved one and not want to know what's going on? And you're not literally going to just take the family member's word by, because they're not a doctor. So the information that they're giving you, like, you're going to want to explain better. You want to know exactly, what's going on. So most families, every fucking family, questions the doctor. Okay? So I believe due to the report that had already been dated on her while she was there is what they showed her. Like maybe the family, maybe some charts or some charting where there was the whiteboard, they put a lot of information on the whiteboard, so I mean, there's plenty of documents that the family could have saw while present, so especially if Malia had them, if she was requesting them herself, if Nature Boy, because Nature Boy keep requesting her get this documentation to state that she's negative, that she doesn't have any diseases, and all of this stuff. So it could have been that documentation that she requested, and it been sitting there, and the family saw all of the fucking diseases and shit that she has, or the ones that they can't determine but know that it's an unknown underneath STD. They'll say like it's STD unknown, like, you know, but they'll know that it's like due to what it's due from. They'll have an idea, but sometimes you just don't exactly know what it is fully, you know. So they're not just gonna make something up and just give her something. She has been in a lot of different countries. There's all type of different bacteria and stuff that she could have been transferred in her body, especially having from anal to vaginal sex. You know, in anal sex, everything goes straight to the bloodstream. So if these dirty, dingy, nasty motherfuckers had some different type of fungi on them or bacteria while having sex with her, especially anal, it's right into the bloodstream. Whatever that bacteria is, whatever the fungi, whatever, it's going right in there. So that's what I'm saying. They don't know what it is. So that is not it's a common thing for people to come from other countries and we not know what the fuck you have. Like it's common. You know, like it's, you know, that's why they always ask you when you come from places, when you go to the doctor, the dentist, no matter what, have you been out of the United States? That is always one of their questions. So like they question you that for a reason, for reasons like this. Now imagine if she wouldn't have told them that she wasn't out of the country. They would really not know what the fuck was going on with her. But since she was outside of the country, so she could be being affected by so many different things. Let me get into these super chats. They're like, oh Lord, how you money got me camera guy? D-Mars, thank you. Hi Sean. I'm new watching your content. I love your personality and energy. I love the way you are putting the awareness out there on certain topics. Keep up the good work, sweetie. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Chanel Lewis, Sean, thank you for loving people who can love themselves. Absolutely. I mean, we got to, because this is just a horrible situation, you know, just in general. So, I mean, you know, I mean, it really is. And thank you so much again, D. Thank you so much. Thank you both, everyone, for the super chats. Thank you. So what happened? Here we go, Sean. What happened? What happened? Is Nature Nut here? Is herpetosyphilitis here again? Because if so, he can kick back. He can kick back. He can watch. Unless tell me to drop the link. Other than that, y'all know. You already know. So let's finish.
Go over my Babylon son, or I'm still holding on to it. I didn't allow myself to hold on to my Babylon son. I mean, let go of my Babylon son. I didn't let go of my Babylon mom, and I didn't heal myself from my sister's situations. So I was holding on to a lot of fluids in my body, and by me not expressing it or communicating or talking about it or create myself creatively, it backed up in my system. It backed up. I had fluid around my heart. I had fluid around my kidney and my lungs, and it was pushing.
So your suffering came from your attachment
up against the other organs.
Your suffering came from your attachments.
So
somebody asked it.
He says, so her suffering came from her attachments, which would be her child. So her Babylon son is one of the reasons to why she was sick, because she missed him. So since she missed him and thought about him, that was one of her demons. And she was supposed to get rid of one of those attachments, which was her son. So since she didn't do that while she was in carbonation, this is why she has this ease. The delusion.
Hey, somebody asked a question. They said if they think that Malia is so sad, why don't they just give her son back? Because that's what she's literally sad about. Someone asked that on one of my posts. It's like, if a family cared about her so much, won't they bring her son up there? Won't they give her son so that she will be happy? Because the source of her issues seemed to be her son. If they cared about her so much, why they keep keeping her son?
That's why he is such a fucking idiot, because you just said that kids are attachments. Her son is an attachment that she needs to rid herself of. You know, so if her son is an attachment that she needs to rid herself from, why the fuck would you be worried about her getting set Babylon attachments? And the family never said that they didn't want Malia to have anything to do with the child, basically. They don't want her in and out of his life, is what they don't want. here 1 minute and then gone the fucking next, especially when they know that she wants to go back there. So you're not about to fuck this baby's mind up. You're not about to do this. He's used to not being with you. He's used to not seeing you. We're going to leave it like that. Whoever you look at as mommy now, whoever he look at as his main care provider, it needs to stay that way. You're not about to be in and out of his life. You're not about to do that. You're not about to tease this boy of having a piece of you just for you to rip it away again. No. So I'm all for the family. I agree. I absolutely agree. You do not deserve to walk in and out of this child's life, especially if you are doing nothing to raise him, feeding him physically, financially, nothing. You're doing nothing for this baby. Nothing. So you don't deserve to see him at this point in life, especially if you're not going to stay in his life. You don't deserve a visit. You don't deserve any of that. Because he does not understand. Him coming up in here, seeing you attached to all of these tubes and drainages and like, he doesn't need to see any of this. He doesn't need to see you this way. First off, I mean, like, it's a lot like that. That is traumatic on children because they don't necessarily understand it. So that's a lot. And you're not about to be in and out of this baby's life. You're already talking about going back. What you want to see him for? Like, gross.
Because you did ask him for your son and they wouldn't give him back to you. That's a great question. He said because her son is not safe in carbonation. But at the end of the day, that's her son.
He didn't say that the son would be safe. He said that the family said that the baby would not be safe in carbonation. And then he just went quiet. But that's her son. Why not just say that? Why not just say he would have been safe? Like, if he would have been safe, state that. Obviously, he wouldn't have been safe because you agree. You said the family said that he wouldn't be safe in carbonation, but it's still your son. What? So you're basically saying that the baby would have been safe, that the son would not have been safe if he came there. That's what you're saying. Wow. Weird.
Why are you reading the chat instead of answering the question?
Oh, I thought I didn't know you wanted me to speak.
She said, I didn't know you wanted me to speak. You see how she is still underneath this delusion? Mentally, she is still there. Mentally, she is sitting at that table with those women. This is trauma. This is Stockholm. There is no way, think about it. She's in New Orleans. There is no way in the world that Nature Boy could harm her. He can't hurt her. He can't do anything to her. She is safe where she is. But it's the mental manipulation to where he still gets to beat her. Because she still feels like, oh, I didn't know you wanted me to speak. This is powerful. Stockholm syndrome. This is what it is. Like you're literally looking at Stockholm syndrome.
When I continue to ask for my son back or get him back, my Babylon family noticed, I guess, noticed my behavior and noticed how I was in carbonation, and they didn't agree with it. They see me as this, this psycho person, so because they don't understand. So I as I called and asked to get him back, they told me no, because they seen the behavior, and they also took custody of him, and they kept telling me you would have to go through the courts, you would have to go through the system to get him back. And after that, I just noticed how the universe just kept telling me, no, you can't get him back. You can't get him back. So I just took it as, okay, this is not his journey. And this
Thank
is not
you,
my journey
Tracy. Thank you, my love.
I left it at that. And I understand that he's me. He's 23 of me. He's not separate of me. I am him. So I understand that, and I just you know came to the terms like, okay, maybe it's her journey, my Babylon sister's journey to have him. So just I just once I came here, I've seen like videos of him, like FaceTime videos of him, and I just was like, you know what, you keep him. Like I don't want to keep going.
But let's take some responsibility here.
See, just moments like this, Malia, I really want to cuss you out, but I just, because that's you literally saying you don't want him. For you to look at your child on a FaceTime and haven't seen him and still feel nothing. Wow. You would think that she would like break down, like that would be a dose of reality, because everybody keeps saying like, oh, we'll get them back to their family, get them back around their kids. No, that's not even enough. Like usually a kid is pretty powerful. Children are powerful for the connections that parents have to them. It is powerful. This is how powerful he has his manipulation over her mind, to where she has isolated her thoughts of her child. But you have to think about it. In carbonation, he teaches them how to disassociate and how to detach from parenthood. Everyone. So she's been mentioned. So you keep saying some shit, eventually you're going to start to believe it. Eventually. It's like a person believing their own lies, like Nature Boy. When you lie so much to where you start to believe them, that's him. When you lie so much to where you just start to believe, you just start to believe it your own goddamn self. You lie so much. So at this point in time, Malia she's disassociated herself from her child. In her mind, she doesn't have a child. She feels nothing. Seeing that FaceTime, like, you know what? You keep them. Yeah. I don't want them. Crazy.
Yeah, I left him.
Not knowing that the dad, you didn't tell me the part that the dad didn't.
Yeah, the dad's name wasn't on the birth certificate when I left. When I left, I didn't tell anybody about where I was going. I didn't explain anything to anybody. I didn't communicate anything to anybody because I knew that they wouldn't understand the first time I left. They wouldn't understand what I was going to do with my journey. And so I just up and left. And when I up and left, and when I got to join Baba G's life, I end up.
Thank you, Nikki. I'm gonna read it. Thank you.
Through, going live, and so I found out that the child's father, his name was not on the birth certificate, and so from that I could have took him with me if I would have, I guess, paid attention to details. I would have slowed down. I would have, did all those things, but I didn't, and so.
Thank you, Myrie. Thank you.
But they said,
Myrie, thank you so much.
They said I made you meet this up.
I'm explaining to you what I did.
That's not true.
But I'm explaining to you what I did. So how are you still going to sit up there and say it was Baba G's fault when I'm sitting up here explaining to you what I did on my journey? What I decided to do as a human.
Because it is Baba G's motherfucking fault, girl. See, this is I can't. I'm trying to stay calm, but I can't. It is his motherfucking fault. All of this shit is his motherfucking fault. It is. You left America to join Carbonation to be with that motherfucker. That funky foot, flat foot, ugly bad. Damn. That fucking devil. You left your kid, your family, your life, everything. You are in debt. Your sickness, you're damn about to literally about to die. All because of this motherfucker. So yes, it is him. All of this is happening because of this fucking ingrate. Cut that shit out. It is his fault. Should I understand that? If you don't ever understand the rest, should understand that this is his fucking fault. Yes, it is.
Being as a grown ass woman, y'all gotta stop.
But
Thank
don't
you,
have-
Shaniqua, for the super sticker. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's true. And the thing is, like, these is demons. Like, these are some real devils. Like, these
You
people
the
are
devil,
sick
bitch.
to even want to know so much details about somebody else's life to the point where they're investigating you and they're like they're interrogating and like, you know, it shouldn't be that serious to these people. But these people like, well, what you did is, what you did is, what you did, you said this, and you said that. Fuck y'all, nigga. This shit is crazy, my nigga. Like, these people should be this invested in no one else's life. The fact is, she don't got no STDs. The fact is, she don't got no more fluid on her.
You motherfucking lying. Yes, she does. She has plenty of STDs. Stop it. Like, cut it out. This bacteria inside of her, there's unknown bacteria and there's also STDs. There has been some STDs with Malia that has been treated, but for the most part, there's a growing bacteria that is inside of her functioning throughout her entire damn near body, all of her fucking organs that they cannot identify. And it's not just one bacteria. It's multiple. You dirty, dingy motherfucker. Shit, you are a walking bacteria. Walking bacteria. Nature boy. So you are a walking, talking bacteria is what you are. You feel with all type of dirty, nasty, funky ass shit, bitch. It done turned into all type of shit.
She's out the hospital. She's leaving the hospital. She already left the hospital. She's back there getting something for right now. She's doing good. She's okay. She's doing what the fuck she want to do. Mind y'all business. Stop spreading vicious rumors. And every investigation y'all do is going to fail because it's not true. So keep spreading vicious lies. And when y'all fall on y'all face and y'all realize.
How are people spreading vicious lies when they have proved nothing? There's no proof that Malia does not have HIV. There's no proof that Malia does not have any STDs or STIs. She is not a credible source. She is a fucking liar. She lies for you. You are a liar. You have displayed how you have had every STD and STI in the motherfucking book, but try to make it seem like STIs go away. You have all type of fungus and bacteria inside of your fucking body, nature boy. And it has morphed. So you entered her with morphed STDs and morphed STIs, ho. That's why they cannot identify the bacteria, because of what the fuck you put inside of her. They couldn't recognize that. And that done went inside of her and mutated. Ho. Whenever you get through. The fuck? You didn't just squirt chlamydia in her. You didn't just squirt gonorrhea in her. You didn't just squirt syphilis in her. You squirted all of that shit in her combined. Among other fucking funguses and bacteria from wherever y'all are, and your hygiene is fucking horrible. Weird ass nigga.
Y'all can't beat us. Y'all gonna join us. Period. Thank you, Malia. Thank you.
I could explain. Yeah, the reason why I had fluids on my uterus because I didn't let him go, and from the uterus,
she had fluid on her uterus because she didn't let her son go, because she didn't let her Babylon son go mentally, because she didn't kill her son mentally to where he does not exist. That is why she had fluid over her ovaries and the heart and lungs and shit. Because she won't mentally kill her child.
It traveled all the way up and it started to take over the kidney and it started to take over the liver, and then that's when it took over the heart. And it started to slow my heart rate down. Slowly.
Hi, how are you doing?
Do you mind if I come in? I'm sorry.
I have to calm down, y'all.
Is that your doctor?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Now watch this pathetic shit.
It's my name up there on the board.
Yes.
So did you have any STDs that caused this? That caused the problems?
Can you?
First of all, bitch, nature boy, she's not married. You ain't her motherfucking husband, bitch. This ain't make believe. This ain't that Peter Pan Neverland ass shit y'all out there doing in carbonation to where you verbally get fucking married until you want to sleep with them and then they're not marrying them up. All that stupid make believe ass shit. So HIPAA protects her, and the doctor has to as well. You are on a fucking app requesting medical information. Who the fuck are you? He cannot display that. You funky bitch. He can't just say like, oh yeah, sure, sir. Oh yeah, no. Yeah. Who are you? Black guy. Oh, all right. Yeah. She ain't got anything, bud. You're good. Yeah. You're good. Like, yeah, no. It don't work like that, hoe. And if she wanted and then one bitch, you cannot just request that. Let's start there. It's not your records. They're hers. You could be any fucking body. And once again, you're on an app. You don't think that he can't see that you're on an app? All this colorful shit. Same shit we see, same shit he see. So you could be any fucking body. So he has to protect her due to HIPAA. He ain't about to lose his job for you. You knew he wasn't going to tell you the truth. You knew he wasn't going to be like, oh yeah. He can't answer it. He could have the records in his fucking hand and still not answer it or hand them to her. She has to request those records. Bitch. So even if the doctor had them, the records in his hand, she can't say, give me those. No. Request them. There are forms that you have to fill out to get that type of information, but she can get it. She absolutely can. The fuck wrong with you? Ignorant ass motherfucker.
Do you have any information about my medical records stating that I don't have any STDs or anything?
I can find out.
Okay.
I know you've heard.
I can find out. He knows. He already knows. I worked in healthcare. I worked in that field. If something happened to one of my residents or one of the people that I was taking care of, if their guardian or parents called and asked about them, then I would give them information. But if anybody else called, like an aunt or a friend of the family or anything like that, I can't tell you shit. I can't tell you anything. Now I can hint around like, is he okay? I can be like, yeah, he's doing all right. You know, the family's here, they're taking care of it. End of story. Like, but I'm not about to, I can't tell you exactly what's going on with my client because HIPAA protects them. So I can't tell you that. The fuck wrong with you here, Flip? Now I could, dance around it, but I can't state it. Like, I can't tell you exactly what's going on. Even if they went to the hospital for a cut or injury, they passed, I can't tell you that. I can't tell you shit of the reason why they're there. But I can let you know that they're all right. Like, or if I know or not. I'd be like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not about to lose my job, and the doctor's not dumb. So he already knows exactly what's going on with her, period. He already knows.
Yes, I will.
Recently. So, yeah, I can find out.
Okay.
What specific question is it?
Does she have HIV? Does she have HIV? Does Malia have HIV?
Yeah.
And stating all of my procedures that has been done, all of my medical records that has been done. So
neither is this.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me check you real quick. Neither is this. True artist Nature Boy loves attention. I know you're trying to help the people there, but this is not going to make them leave. And neither is your comment. What is your comment gonna do? What does this do? So basically just leave them be. Let's just stop talking about it. It's not gonna go away. This is 5 years in the making. So it's not just gonna go away. It's not. It isn't. So here, Flip. We're gonna keep creating awareness because there's still people that are going there. So my mission isn't to remove, it's to prevent. It's called awareness. Okay? Here, Flip. So let's do more than comments if we're going to care, because this seems like a comment coming from somebody that acts as if they care. Okay. Do more than talk about it, be about it, because that's what I'm doing. I'm being about it. So there are plenty of people like Sky that just went there and came back. Yeah. Me and other people that are doing content on them, we could be the reason she came back. We could be the reason. Did you know that? We could be the reason. We absolutely could be. Being here, we could be the reason she come back too. We could. That's what they do to black people all the time. They silence us. They forget about us. I'm not about to forget about my people. You can. So if you feel that this is not going to do anything, if I'm giving him attention, you watching is giving him that too. So maybe you should click off. This is for awareness, not to remove. You're right. They're grown. So if whether I do this or not, it's up to them whether they want to leave. I absolutely agree. But there are plenty young, impressionable women that are watching him and planning to go there. So it's my duty as a man that views something wrong to speak on it. So that's what I'm going to do here, Flip. Moving right along.
You know,
Of course. So before you leave, there's a medical records department, and you can ask the nurses to help you get there, so you can get your medical records. If that's not the case, then I can get like my residence print out some stuff, but it's not official. It kind of doesn't. It's not. It may not be the best way to get all your records.
But this is a different doctor, stupid. She got like 5 doctors on shifts.
And no, what they're not. They're on shift. She's not in the hospital though. He said at the beginning of this live, when Malia came into the live, that she's not in the hospital anymore. So why would the doctors be on shifts if she's not in the hospital? Yeah, you're a liar. This is all he does is lie.
But the doctor could tell you if you have any STDs. He should be able to tell you.
yes. And what's your name? And it's
P-A-T-E.
P-A-T.
Yeah, that's okay.
Do you have any information on when I'll be leaving?
So that's what we're working on. So my understanding was that you didn't like the facility.
No, I didn't like how they spoke to me. I didn't like the scenery, the physical, how it looks.
So he said that she refused the healthcare facility. That healthcare facility is hospice. Malia's saying that she doesn't like the way that they talked to her. They didn't disrespect her. What I'm assuming is they said to her is that they gave her life a time frame. She didn't like that the other people that are there that have COVID and things in that nature are there in hospice. The ones that are there with COVID and other terminal illnesses are there to die. That's why she says she doesn't like the environment. She didn't like what they said to her. She didn't like how they talked to her. They didn't disrespect her. Why would these people call her and cuss her out? Malia's not confrontational. So there's no reason for them to have gotten into a shout match or anything like that. I think is that with her going, them saying like, hey, we're going to be sending you over to a hospice facility, her researching, saying what hospice is, like, yeah, no, I don't want to, no, I don't want to go there. Like, basically not ready for her life to end. Who wants to go to hospice at 22? Are you fucking kidding me? That is sad. Like, who wants to go to hospice at 22? She's barely lived. So it's just like, absolutely, she is in denial. She's in denial. So she doesn't want to go there. The doctor just said, and I'll rewind it. He said that you refuse the health facility care, and that's hospice. And Nature Boy's gonna state it because he slips, and when he does say it, Malia's like her eyes get big, like, oh, I can't believe you just said that. We're about to get into it. Let me wind it just a little bit so we can get to the doctor.
And what's your name?
Dr. Patel.
And it's
P-A-T-E.
Yeah, that's not. That's
Thank
okay.
you, Parker. I love you so much. Thank you. The house is me and organs shutting down. Yes,
Do you
absolutely.
have any information
Absolutely.
on
That means
when
the
our-
end.
So that's what we're working on. So my understanding was that you didn't like the facility.
No, I didn't like how they spoke to me. I didn't like the scenery, the physical, how it looks. I didn't like how they operated. I wasn't agreeing with it. So
So the next option is trying to get you home infusions.
yes.
So we're trying to work with case managers, representatives, and see if they come in, get everything sorted. We do have an appointment with the infectious disease specialist that's coming up. So that's going to ultimately determine how long
Y'all don't know shit. You need to mind your business.
So that's kind of what we're at right now, is trying to figure out how to get all that stuff for you able to do and handle it.
Right.
It takes a little.
So she has he was basically stating, not because some of it was inaudible, like I'm not gonna lie, because of the sound of, because Nature Boy, because he was outside, but she has a disease infection infectious disease specialist that was coming to see her and whatnot. Like, that's what he was saying, like, because I did hear, that and that appointment was coming up with that person, so before them actually trying to get her out, like, this poor thing. I'm like, oh, Malia. So I mean, but this is
So I'm hoping today to get you up sooner than later. I can't guarantee. I can guarantee one of the other 6 of you. Sounds fair?
They didn't say no disease specialist. Did they? Malia,
yes, they
did. Say a
did.
disease specialist?
Infectious.
No, infectious disease. Meaning for all the fluids. They wanted to look at, see.
No, they want to see where all of these fucking infections is coming, because they need a specialist, because they don't know. Girl, stop trying to push this shit with fluid. Girl. Like, oh my goodness.
if all the fluids are being drained.
Yes, but can you ask him to book STDs?
So I will physically have to go and get the paperwork. And it's in this hospital. Okay.
But he can't tell you about your own paperwork.
This actually is not the same doctor, so he may not have all.
Malia, you're not stupid. What Malia is doing is distracting, because Malia does not want to get those STD results and STI results. She does not want the people to know what is going on with her. She does not want people to know, especially them. If she shows those results as what she truly has and has had, they're not gonna they already don't want her to come back. Like, they already don't want her to come back. So if she states that she has these things, it's a wrap for her. She know there's no more carbonation. So I feel that she's doing everything in her power to avoid getting those results. That's just how I feel.
As the other doctors did that was actually working with me for that.
But he can go see your records real quick.
Because Nature Boy doesn't know what he has. That's why I say that. Nature Boy got all type of shit. And I believe HIV may be one of those, or even turned into AIDS by it being not treated. Who knows? I mean, especially he's older, so who knows when he actually got it? So if he has it, so I mean, he doesn't know what he has because he hasn't gotten tested. He doesn't take care of himself. He has no idea what he has. Period. He's scared to know. That shit freaks him the fuck out. He don't want to know. He would rather just keep going on with his life. He don't want to know. Shit the fuck out of here.
Tell you if you tested positive for any STDs, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Can you ask him to do that and come right back to tell you?
Huh?
Can't you ask him to do that to ask him to come back and tell you?
No, I have to go get it.
No, he should be able, as your doctor, to tell you if you have tested positive for any STDs at all.
So, as my doctor, you're not able to go and get it?
So, I have access to the record on the computer, right? But for your records, it's kind of like a privacy thing. So, it's only you.
Oh, I understand. So it's like a privacy thing. All his information, my information that comes from him is on the computer.
Duh.
For me, I would need the physical. I would need to go and get the physical paperwork.
Yeah, but him
and you can do that, girl. It don't take no time. Like really, it don't. You can even have the nurses bring you the forms. You just fill it out, or they fill it out for you. You just give them the information, girl, and they can take it downstairs and file it for you. You'll get it within a day or so. It don't take long. It doesn't take long, Malia. It doesn't. It doesn't take weeks, and it doesn't. You're right there. They just tested you for all of this when you came in. So I mean, you tried it.
Yes, you have. That's what I'm saying.
This doctor doesn't know that.
Oh, the other doctor. Okay.
Yeah.
I can try to see if we can get someone.
I know,
but like the fact that it's your health information, it's something that because you need something that's it's protected.
Right.
So you don't want just anyone going on.
Right.
So that's kind of like I tried to ask him, but I don't.
Which floor is the medical?
I wish I had a good answer to that. I don't. I can ask. You can ask the nurses.
Okay.
Anything I can do for you right now?
I'm good.
Good.
Yes.
All right. I have a question to ask.
Yes.
One of our medical students, second-year medical students, is we kind of have them come into the hospital, interview patients, just to get an idea of how to talk to patients and their history.
Yeah.
Should we going to have them just get an interview, just to see what's going on, that those types of questions, what's causing you to come to the hospital, history, just for practice. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Anything else I can do for you right now? Okay. So we're working on it. I'll ask my residents to see if we can do it. Yes.
Does your doctor know if you want any HIV medicine at all?
This motherfucker is so pathetic.
Are you on any kind of HIV medicine or anything like that? Does he know the medicine you're on?
I'm on.
Hi, Scotty. Hi, baby. Thank you, baby.
So he's not. Can you ask the doctor? Are you on any kind of HIV medicine?
No, I'm not on any kind of HIV medicine. I know for myself because I researched the medication at the beginning.
Right. They would have been giving you that from the beginning if that was the case, right?
Huh?
They would have gave you that medicine immediately if that was the case. So my thing is this.
Right.
If you're not on no HIV medicine, well, we'll see the paperwork. We'll wait till it's done because it's a different doctor. We already know. We'll wait till the different doctor comes. Motherfucker.
All right. So let me get working on that.
Shout out to the new member, Simple Alicia. Hi.
Okay?
Yes, I'm thankful.
Thank you.
All right. So listen, y'all. Malia already got.
Now listen, y'all. Now listen closely.
She got discharged from the hospital already. We got her a crib out there, everything. She already been out the hospital. They try to.
So he's saying that they got her a crib, which is bullshit. Bullshit.
Put her in this other spot. This other
should have took pictures hospital. That I was out the damn hospital.
Yeah, like she been out the hospital. They discharged her from the hospital. They let her go. They wouldn't let her stay, but they put her in another kind of place just to monitor her for 2 months. Just to monitor her. She's straight. Just to monitor her.
So the hospital had to let her go, he says. But they have to monitor her in her place for 2 months. That means that the hospital didn't want to release her. You're a fucking idiot. Why wouldn't they just monitor her in the hospital? She was trying to discharge herself. That is why I'm sure the facility even came up, especially for hospice. If she's going to discharge herself. What? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Why would a hospital discharge her unless they were sending her to like a place for rehabilitation, or somewhere like that? Hospice is not for rehabilitation. Assisted living, if you're older, nursing homes, a certain type of care facility, that's different. That's for somebody that we're planning on getting better. Hospice, no bueno. That doesn't even make sense. Why would the hospital release her to hospice if she's not dying? I feel like they're releasing her to hospice because they know she will. If she don't stay in the hospital, I feel like she has a better chance of surviving staying in the hospital. So they can figure out what the fuck is wrong with her. She will have a better chance staying in the hospital. But if you leave, you're going to die. We give you about 2 months. We have this great hospice care facility that can take care of you and keep you comfortable until, remember everything that's going on with her organs in her body, with the cysts and all that is cancer. That is definitely cancer, like 9 times out of 10. And I'm sure all of the doctors know it. But with how fragile her body is and how bad it is probably nothing they can do, at this point. I don't even think a hysterectomy would help. And with her body being so fragile, it's not healthy enough for that type of surgery. I don't think she would survive it. A hysterectomy is hard on a woman's body. Really hard. It takes a long time for them to heal. It's a little different. So her best bet would be to stay in the hospital.
But she was in there and they tried to lock her in there. So we just got her a crib. We got her own crib out there.
When she was in the hospital, they were trying to lock her in there. That's what he's saying. When she was in the hospital, they tried to lock her in there because she needs to stay. This is bad. If she leaves, she will die. And it's not to say it with so much within the hospital that they could do anything with her being in the hospital. Like, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that she'll survive being there.
So she went to the crib, but she still has to do the IV thing. So she went back to the hospital and they made her admit for another day. So she been in there for another day, since y'all must know.
No, ain't no sense we must fucking know, bitch. Because that doesn't even make sense. Why would, if she leaves the hospital, she comes back and they admit her? That means that she should have never left. That means that she should have never left. Why would they admit her if they just discharged her? That doesn't make any sense. So she either hasn't gotten out of the hospital yet, or she's about to. And with her about to getting out the hospital, they're trying to set up hospice for her. Because he said that she already got out of the hospital. And she said, oh, I should have took pictures. No, you can't take pictures because you didn't fucking leave. Because hospitals don't discharge you to admit you unless something has happened. So say you're having breathing problems. And then they get you to the point to where your oxygen is back at a certain level. So it's like, okay, you should be okay to go home. Just be careful. Don't do much. Just rest. And then you get back home and you have a panic attack or some shit, or you can't control your breathing again. And then they get you back, to the hospital, and they see that your oxygen levels have dropped again. That's a reason to admit somebody again, for just in case, we got to make sure you're okay again, maybe something else, whatever. So with Malia, with everything that she has going on, she's still the same. Nothing has changed. She hasn't gotten better or well enough for them to release her. So that means that she discharged herself if she did leave and came back, because they wouldn't have released you. Why would they release you when you need to be here? Here, flip. Like, ain't nobody dumb but you.
This is a whole nother doctor. She had to be readmitted to this hospital so they can set up the nurses to come to the house and make sure that she's being stable.
Bullshit again. Why would she have to come to the hospital to meet nurses that are going to go to her house and take care of her? Like, that doesn't even make sense. That, what? One more time.
Here, so we just got her a crib. We got her own crib out there. So she went to the crib, but she still has to do the IV thing. So she went back to the hospital and they made her admit for another day. So she's been in there for another day, since y'all must know. This is a whole nother doctor. She had to be readmitted to this hospital so they can set up the nurses to come to the house and make sure that she's being stable and everything that she's doing when she get an IV and stuff.
Right.
So with her having a social worker, wouldn't she have to go through her social worker in order to get out of the hospital? Wouldn't that be something that like she would have to do? But I mean, you can overthrow a social worker, can't you? I mean, can't you? I mean, you could technically overthrow anybody, right? Hold on, I'm gonna wait.
So she leaving today. She's supposed to be leaving back out today, go back to the crib, and they come through and just check on her for 2 months to make sure she's straight. You feel me? Since y'all must know all the fuck. At the end of the day, if she had HIV, she would be taking HIV medicine right now. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like,
in a damn bed.
Look,
some of the medicines she are taking are for HIV. Fact.
It's not disrespectful to Malia. It's y'all being disrespectful since y'all want to know. Since her sister put her out there, we just trying to let y'all know what the fucking truth is. Number one, this ain't the doctor that was with her. She's just some random doctor. He don't really know what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? But the other doctor did tell her out of his mouth. You feel what I'm saying? And these people are mean.
Thank you, West Germany.
Y'all the reason why. Part of the reason why she's in the hospital right now, because y'all constantly taunt these women. All the women over here, y'all taunt them on a 24 basis. You make everything so hard for them. They're trying to show you their life doing art. Look at how you're stressing even these women out over here. Everything these women do, you abuse them, verbally abuse them.
Do they look stressed? The only person I see in this camera stressed is Malia. Weird.
Feel like, you're always asking questions, disrespecting these women. You are a part of the reason why it was hard for them to speak up and teach their knowledge and want to know their knowledge. Because y'all motherfuckers, y'all make shit hard. You feel what I'm saying? When that's all good. You feel me? Because y'all supposed to make shit hard for us. Because we supposed to be elite. We're supposed to be able to withstand the pressure that comes along with being leaders.
Shut up. Hurry up.
So y'all pressure ain't nothing we need to be complaining about. I'm not complaining about it. And it's a message to Malia. It's a message to Zoe. It's a message to all the females here that these niggas is not going to take it easy on you. You gotta show yourself to be proved to be elite. Either you are wise and you embody this knowledge and you empowered by it and you're here to help humanity and put them on their neck, because this is a war. It's a war. We are at war. And it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So the knowledge, you have to embody it. These people is not going to take it easy on you. They're going to sit around there and call you sick. They're going to say you dying. How you going to say that about somebody that's not doing that? That's like mental, that's like verbal abuse.
See, but you
keep spreading, you keep repeating the lie. They keep repeating the lie over and over. She got HIV. She's sick. She withering away. Blase, blase. Fuck up, nigga. When you see the paperwork, y'all all going to be looking stupid. Dummy. You feel me? Because she talked to the doctor, her real doctor already. She just back in the hospital.
Hurry up with this motherfucking paperwork. Hurry up. Hurry up.
To get the nurses set up to come to the crib that we got her. Carbonation taking care of Malia. Everybody, she good. We ain't want to have to tell you our fucking personal business, but since you must know, she's staying in a luxury place. She's sitting up pretty for the next 2 months. She's straight, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? They was trying to put her in this little hospital, other place where it was people with COVID and shit in there. It was like, nah, man, we got her Airbnb. She's too much. She's straight, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? They was trying to put her in this little hospital, other place where it was talking about. They was trying to put her in this little hospital, other place where talking about. They was trying to put her in this little hospital, other place where it was people with.
You see, Malia says, "Oh my God." He said they were trying to put her in this other hospice place. Do you need me to play it 6 more times in a row? Do you not see Malia's expression on her face? Like, why would you tell them hospice? Like, why would you tell them that? She didn't disagree. She just came, she didn't correct him. He says it multiple times, and then she tries to switch it towards the end and say, hospital. No, hospice, Malia. Hospice. Stop. Hospice. Nature Boy didn't slip. He was telling him, he was saying out loud what you told him, what he been listening to them doctors say.
With COVID and shit in there, it was like, nah, man, we got her too much. She's straight, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? They was trying to put her in this little hospice, other place where it was people with COVID and shit in there. It was like, nah, man, we got her Airbnb up, nigga. When you see the paperwork, y'all all gonna be looking stupid, dummy. You feel me? Cause she talked to the doctor. Her real.
Shut up.
Since you must know, she's staying in a luxury place. She's sitting up pretty for the next 2 months. She's straight, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? They was trying to put her in this little hospice, other place where. They was trying to put her in this little hospice, other place where too much. She's straight, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? They was trying to put her in this little hospice, other place where.
He's gonna say it again. Hold on.
COVID and shit in there. It was like, nah, man, we got her Airbnb. She's straight. She good. She was in there the other night. She didn't want to show y'all her background. She was there the night before last.
So she was in hospice the other night. And she didn't want to be there. So allegedly, she left hospice and went back to the hospital. Because she liked being in the hospital better than she liked being at hospice. She didn't like it. Because everybody there is dying. Tell the fucking truth and shame the devil.
It's just that she had to go check in with the nurses and let them know she didn't want to stay at the hospital. She got her own crib. And they said, well, okay, we got to.
She didn't want to stay where, Nature Boy?
Little hospice, other place where it was people with COVID and shit in there. It was like, nah, man, we got her Airbnb. She's straight. She good. She was in there the other night. She didn't want to show y'all her background. She was there the night before last. It's just that she had to go check in with the nurses and let them know she didn't want to stay at that hospital. She got her own crib. And they said, well, okay, we got her Airbnb. She's straight. She good. And she had to go check in with the nurses and let them know she didn't want to stay at that hospital. What they say, you got to go back into the hospital. What they say, you got to know she didn't want to stay at that hospital. She got her own crib.
That's the second time he said it.
Okay, we gotta what they say, you gotta go back into the hospital.
Readmitted back into the hospital.
To the nurses and them can connect with her to give her stuff that she needs, to get her address so they know where to come and see her at.
So he gonna say that she had to go readmit herself back into the hospital so that the nurses knew where to come and take care of her at and give them her address. You can't give them that over the phone. And then most nurses, they come to where you are anyway. Like, even if they're just doing a little meet and greet to see if you're going to work out or you're going to choose that care for those people, or like, why would she need to meet them at the hospital? It's not like she's going to take nurses from the hospital to come work with her at her house. And then it's not even her house, it's an Airbnb. Most people don't want that type of situation in their house, their Airbnbs. Like that. No, I don't want somebody living in my Airbnb as hospice. I don't want somebody to die knowingly in my home. Now, she was renting her own apartment. Can't nobody sell her shit. That belongs to her. But most people renting an Airbnb out to somebody aren't renting it to them for hospice. When people die in places, it makes the value go down. It doesn't make it go up. Hair flip, rather on accident or rather on purpose. It depreciates it. It doesn't make the value go up because somebody died there. Just saying.
Process to get all the paperwork done, all the the meds that I need to finish healing. I need to get all of that before I can even leave. But I'm banking on leaving as soon as possible.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, she's supposed to be leaving today. They need to set up for the nurses to come check up on her. She's fine. They just want to keep an eye on her for 2 months to make sure that she constantly starts to heal and it doesn't reverse as she goes. And it's really just her mind. It's just her mind. They just want to keep a tab on her for 2 months, make sure she's good. And we already supporting her. We got her like she good, nigga. You feel me?
No, this is the thing. And I agree with you. Hospice is 6 months or less. This is the thing. We don't know exactly how long she has. Nature Boy said 2 months. Malia never says anything about 2 months. Nature Boy keeps saying it. So, like, that's the thing. We don't exactly know how much time she had. We don't know. But he said 2 months distinctively, and he keeps saying it. So we don't know exactly how much time it is. But you're right, it is usually 6 months or less. That's when like pretty much at any moment. At any moment you can just pass away. But yes, I will rewind that a little bit.
Even, leave, but I'm banking on, leaving as soon as possible.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, she's supposed to be leaving today. They need to set up for the nurses to come check up on her. She's fine. They just want to keep an eye on her for 2 months to make sure that she constantly starts to heal and it doesn't reverse as she goes. And it's really just her mind. It's just her mind. They just want to keep a tab on her for 2 months, make sure she's good. And we already supporting her. We got her like she good, nigga.
He keeps distinctively saying 2 months.
You feel me? She's straight. She got everything she needs. You know what I'm saying? She's straight, nigga. You feel me? She good. Y'all mind y'all business, nigga. Yeah, so.
Thank you so much, Nikki. Thank you so much.
Because you're minding somebody else's business and you all in the Kool-Aid and really don't know the flavor. We used to say that back in the day. All in the Kool-Aid and don't know the flavor. Y'all gonna be looking stupid when she show you the paperwork. When she show you the paperwork, y'all gonna be feeling stupid. And what are y'all gonna say then? Remember y'all said I was gonna stay in jail when I was in Nicaragua because I was a child molester? And then I got out, everybody got quiet. I can't wait to see y'all faces when you see her paperwork. When you see the medical record, she's going to get discharged either today or tomorrow. When she gets discharged, we're going to make it public. We're going to show you her paperwork. And I want to see all the fucking haters' face. I want to see her sisters. I want to see everybody's face when the paperwork.
Yeah, so this is complete, utter bullshit.
Last week on Child Genius.
Oh, hell no.
You named all 52.
White people. We have a petition. And the link is in my community feed. And this petition, we are trying to take him down on Bigo and get him banned on Bigo. That is where he's getting the majority of those donations, and he's getting the majority of them off of the other people. More so Malia. Every time he goes live with Malia, she gets a shit ton of donations. But they all go to Nature Boy. Like, she's not reaping anything from this. He done already stole over $30,000 from this girl. He's already, any way we can help, we have to help. The quicker we get this petition up, I feel like the majority of the people that I have been reaching out to can do more. And this was one of the things that I was told to do to get it banned. is to start a petition and, you know, to get people, you know, to show that it matters. Instead of me being one voice, show that there's many. So that's what I'm doing, you know, showing that there are many voices, that it's not just me that feels this way, that it's not just me that wants this done, you know. So the more signatures we get, the better. If you hit my community right now, you just swipe the screen down and hit community. It's the first thing on my community, and the link is right there. So hit that link and go over there so that we can get him banned on Bigo. I'm trying to get rid of as many streams of income that he has coming in off of this shit. You know, I don't care that if he's not on Bigo, we're not going to be getting content from him. And I don't give a shit. Like, none of that matters. All that matters is that we rid his streams of income. Shout out to Wonder Woman. Shout out to Carolyn. All that matters. Hit this link. It's in the link, y'all. Sign it, sign it, sign it, sign it, sign it, sign it, sign it. All that matters is that we can get rid of these streams of income. We have to. We have to do something. And I feel like taking the revenue away, taking the money away is a start. Because I feel like the less money, the more people going to want to leave. When people aren't literally being fed, and when people literally aren't drinking food, water, and like when these things aren't happening, you get the fuck out of there. You get the hell out of Dodge. Instead of them calling their family members to get money so that they could give to this motherfucker, I'd rather them been calling their family members and trying to get a ticket the fuck up out of there. So we got to get rid of these resources that he has. We got to start somewhere. And I feel like this is a great start. So sign this petition. I've been talking to people from Bigo. I've been talking to people from Clubhouse. I've been talking to people from Instagram because I hear he's still sneaking on Instagram, you know, and shit like that. I've been talking to, I want all of his mother. I want to dry this bitch up. I want to dry him up. Let's force these people out. Let's force their ass out. They're not being watched. They're not getting no donations. That money's not coming in. It's hard to feed people. Let's get rid of this motherfucker. That's how we get rid of Nature Boy. By getting rid of his influence, getting rid of his followers, getting rid of the people that follow literally him. We have to help them. And I feel like this is a way. This is a start. It's better than nothing. It's better than just talking about this shit to talk about it. Going over there signing this makes you feel a little different. It makes you feel like you're doing something. It's something physical rather than verbal. You know, so let's physically do something about this shit instead of just talking about it and watching these women go through these things. Malia is the first of many. She is the first of many. They will start to drop like flies. We got to help these people. So any little thing matters. Any little thing counts. So let's start. We got to start somewhere. And thank you so much for all of the super chat and just all of the support for all of the people that watch. Make sure you like and subscribe. I really, really, really appreciate all of you guys' support. Like, y'all really keep me, you know, doing this. And I really feel for Malia. So just make sure y'all pray for her. Like, I know it's hard when, you know, it's so much about her that you dislike, but still at the same time, she is a human being. She is a Black woman, and she is going through. So we just got to be there for her. You know, as hard as it is, you know, to be there for somebody that you feel is just making horrible decisions or that makes decisions that you would never make, you still have to support them. You know, I mean, it's the only way. I mean, looking down upon them does nothing. Looking down upon them, that will get her nowhere. You know, us just bad-mouthing her is going to push her into Nature Boy's arms. Love is what's going to make her come our way. Not hate. So if we hate her, she's going to go to where she feels love. Him. It may not be our love, but it's hers. How he loves her, we may not care for that. But she does. So we have to love her. We have to combat it with love. Especially at this point to where this girl could possibly be about to die. You know, at this point in time. I mean, it's to that point. I really feel that, you know, Nature Boy, you know, because all liars tell the truth. And when liars tell the truth, it's usually they slip. Like some people slip and lie. There's a lot of people that slip and tell the truth. And I feel that he's telling the truth when he says that Malia's on hospice. It makes complete sense with, that cancer being in her body, how it is. It's attached itself to multiple organs, and they cannot perform that many surgeries to remove those cysts. Especially with how fragile, with the fragile state, that her body is in. She would need to be a lot healthier, to go through multiple surgeries. And then even if so, they might not help. So why take her body through all of that when she can just comfortably go, by putting her in hospice? And, you know, that's just how I feel right now. Shout out to it's Keisha, right? And you see how mad she gets when people how mad he gets when people don't donate. Oh yeah, he gets extremely upset because that's all he cares about. That's why he brings Malia and people on there so that he can force people to donate because they see Malia and instantly, no different than how bad y'all feel for Malia right now. Shout out to is it events? I want to make sure I'm saying that right. Miss Haskin, I'm going to say that. Thank you for advocating for women. Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much and supporting. But we definitely need to support her. Like, I mean, I just don't feel like attacking her is going to help. I mean, she's going through enough. I mean, they said the girl may be going to hospice, may have already been in hospice and being, recommended to go to hospice. What more could we do? She could, at this point in time, be laying on her deathbed. Well, why the negativity? Say she hears you and she is about to pass away. Do you want the last time, her last words or first words of hearing from you is you just disrespecting her? Like as she's leaving this earth, so especially leaving a child behind that she was like low key manipulated into not loving or not thinking she loves. Like it's a lot going on with this young girl, a lot. So I feel like instead of badgering her, I just think that we just need to be there for her. Just I send Malia, just positive energy. And I just really hope the Lord blesses her, to just something miraculous to have this turnaround. And hopefully that'll give her enough, ambition with this turning around to make her want to stay. Hey, it's not over until God says, until God brings your soul to him, it's not over. So, there's still a fighting chance. So I don't know. I just this just breaks my heart. It really does. It's a lot, on my body because I really feel for her. So I know there's plenty of reasons to be upset, but there's also plenty of reasons to support her. So I just feel like we should support her. Like as hard as it is, we do because there's a lot of anger. I understand a lot of women are very upset with Malia. I get men too, but there are a lot of women that are very upset with her, very upset and very upset with the poor decisions that she has made, but still at the same time, she's already made them. At this point, it is what it is. So we gotta stop. How you view her is how you view her, but I don't think we need the negative, nasty comments towards her just because I feel like she's going through enough. Like and that's the last thing you want to hear. Hearing that you could be dead soon. Just a bunch of disrespect and labels and conspiracies about you, so like that's the last thing you want to hear. So yeah. So, and let's not give her back to Nature Boy. Let's love her because I feel like that's what she thinks she's going back for because Nature Boy loves her. If she, because who, I don't even think she could fly. So she can't fly. She can't do anything like that. If Malia leaves the hospital, she's leaving on an IV. Okay. That's why she went right back to the hospital because she was in hospice. Hospice means the end, not the beginning. So that means all options have been exhausted. There is nothing we can do. So I don't. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. Empress, her family could be here with us too, and they are going through enough as well. Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, they are going through enough. So that's what I'm saying. So shout out to Malia and her family and her beautiful son. Shout out to you, Kelly. Sean, you are amazing. Blessings to you. Blessings to you as well. Thank you so much. I just, I don't know. It's a lot. And I do feel really bad for her family because it doesn't mean that they don't love her because of the decisions that she's made. And I feel that a lot of people and kind of judge her family too, you know, as if it's something that they did. Malia is a grown woman. They can't tell her what she can and cannot do. You know, as much as they don't want her going to carbonation, like she said, she basically fled because she knew her family would not support that. So she basically went there without anybody's knowledge, you know, besides like one or two people. And I believe that those were the people she left her kid with. You know, like other than that, she fled. Like she got it. So she knew that they wouldn't support it. So you can't make it. Her family does care, but she's an adult. You know, I mean, and as you see, Nature Boy has her so manipulated to where she's even now still trying to remove the family as if, you know, that they don't exist. And in her time of need, especially now, possibly about to lose her life, her family isn't necessary. Excuse me. Her family is really necessary. You draw strength from people you love and that love you. And that love you. You know, you draw strength from that, you know, so you will, I will hope, I would think, you know, especially as a parent, one of the last things you will want to see is your child. I think that that's another reason why Nature Boy was pushing for the family to let Malia see her son, because Nature Boy knows she's dying. So it's just like, well, let her see her kid, you know. And the family said no, because they don't want her in and out of his life, not knowing that she's possibly about to lose it. So I think it's important that the family, you know, gets as updated as this is on this as possible, especially if they're talking about hospice, because I know that Malia has kind of pushed the family away since, you know, Nature Boy has took over. So I don't even know if they know, you know. She's been kind of keeping them at bay. So I mean, I hope they know. I pray they know, and I hope that Malia lets them come around because they are needed. You know, they are needed. She needs them. She may not realize, but she needs them. You know, so I just hope that they can, you know, go around her and be around her. I feel so bad for Malia. Like anything, I just wish I could just give her a big hug. Like I really do. I just wish I could hug her and tell her that she's beautiful. Like no matter what, you know, I understand what you went through, but there's still a beautiful person inside of you. You know, it's just unfortunate that you're probably never going to be able to find her here, you know, in this earth, you know, I mean, you know, in this life, you know, you're at this point, it doesn't look like you're going to be able to discover her. You know, there are a lot of people that live short lives, and it seems as if Malia is going to be one of them. That from what I'm gathering, you know, hospice is nothing to joke with. And hearing about everything going on in her body once again, it sounds like it's cancer. Terminal is what is like the life ender. If her life is about to end, I feel like it's due to cancer. It's sad. It's really sad. So yeah, y'all, I have to go zen and go hang out with my kids so that I can rejuvenate and get some of my energy back. But I love you guys so much. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will be live tomorrow with hot topics for real. We really got to do some hot topics. We got to change the energy, burn some sage, you know, all of that. But we will definitely keep Malia in our prayers. Make sure y'all pray for Malia. I don't know. I'm going to try to reach out to her. I would love to go visit her, you know, I'm like, if I could. If not, I at least want to send her some flowers, you know, or something like that. So I'm going to be looking into that tonight. I know she's in New Orleans. So at this point in time, she's not really hard to find. So I just want to, you know, just let her know that people care about her and people love her, you know, like, hey, I've never met you, but I love you already. So yeah. Hair flip. I love you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay. This needs to start over. Yeah. Hair flip. Yeah, I'm a badass bitch. I don't like it. Hair flip. Yeah. Oh my god. So you guys should be happy. Oh my goodness. Hair flip. But anyways, hair flip. Hair flipping on these hoes. Hi.